Right now, if we're truly honest, Canadians need our support more than ever before. Suicide is the leading cause of premature death in our country. Every year, approximately 4,500 people in Canada die by suicide. It's a hard number to sink in. 12 people die by suicide each and every day in this country, and that is 12 too many. There's 12 too many families with broken hearts, 12 too many communities who grieve each and every day. Each loss is tragic, and I know I've said this many times in recent weeks. I will say it again and again and again. Every person lost to suicide leaves behind a grief-stricken family, friends, and loved ones who struggle to pick up the pieces, and they're shattered with the loss. It's deeply personal to so many of us, not just in this room, but across the country, because we know that losing someone to suicide sticks with you throughout your life. And I want families, friends, and loved ones to know we see you, we're here for you, and we embrace you. Every person in Canada deserves access to crisis support services when and where they need it, and we are providing that lifeline. All of us in this room and many more across this country have been committed to this goal of ensuring that people across Canada have the best possible mental health and crisis intervention supports and resources when they need them. So today, I'm so proud to say that we are one step closer to getting to that goal. Here we go. As of this morning, Canada's new 3-digit number for suicide prevention is up and running. Thank you. (988) Suicide Crisis Helpline is now available across Canada in both English and French, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People in crisis can now access help by phone or by text, no matter where they live in this country. This line, at the end of the day, is really about meeting each and every one of the Canadians who are struggling across our country, where they are and when they need us. We all know in this room what it means to show up for someone, to be there in that critical moment when they need that voice on the end of the line. And we all know someone who has been struggling with their mental health. Many of us have been touched by suicide, losing family, friends, colleagues, and community members. Le 988, ligne d'aide en cas de crise suicidaire
The 988 is now available across Canada in both English and in French, 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. People in crisis can now access help by phone or by text, no matter they live in the country. This line, at the end of the day, is really about each and every one of the Canadians who's struggling across our country, no matter where they live. We all know someone who's struggling with their mental health. Many of us have been touched by suicide, losing family, friends, colleagues, and community members.
We all know that 988 will help save lives. For someone who's at their lowest point, a caring voice on the other end of the phone is that lifeline. This Canada-wide suicide crisis helpline is being led by the Centre for Addictions and Mental Health, lovingly known as CAMH. CAMH has linked together a network of experienced crisis and distress centers, enhancing support across Canada and ensuring that help is never far away for people reaching out. Everyone who answers the call or text is trained in suicide prevention, with a focus on providing trauma-informed and culturally appropriate care. In a few moments, you will hear more about this from our many key partners. Responders, and all of you in this room, you are the experts. You know your communities. You know the unique needs of your regions, and that matters so much. Knowing your community matters, and particularly when it comes to helping people in situations of crisis, you know what it looks like to show up for them. Les intervenants et vous tous dans cette salle, et les experts, vous connaissez
You are the experts, so you know your communities, you know the unique needs of your regions. It's vital. Knowing one's community is important, especially when it comes to helping people in crisis.
This is important because everyone's needs are different. And those differences truly matter. We know that while suicide can affect anyone, some groups have higher rates of suicide. I take a moment to acknowledge our Indigenous peoples, men and boys, older adults, members of the 2S LGBTQI plus communities, and people who live in our rural and remote communities. And I'll take special note, as I have before, to our communities in Nunavut and our young people there. We see you. We are here for you each and every day. People have diverse needs and may not benefit from the same kind of help delivered in the same way. And at the same time, they are our family, they're our friends, our neighbors, and our colleagues, and we care for them deeply. There are also many other factors that can affect a person's mental health needs, from unemployment to poverty and to social exclusion. We know that there are many factors in the social determinants of health and one's well-being. These are things that we are committed on working on together. A young person, for example, may face different challenges than a senior with chronic health problems. We need to meet each of them where they are. And the good news is that 988 responders have the expertise and experience needed to provide help. There is no one better place to support Canadians at this time than the team of the 988. This work is challenging, and you have taken on a lot. But I want to thank you for all the work that you do every single day for Canadians. It truly matters. So as we start to close, so we can hear from our many partners in this project, I'd like to once again thank our partner organizations who you've always been there for Canadians. You've been doing this work for many, many years. This includes our local partners such as Distress Centres of Greater Toronto and the Gerstein Crisis Centre here in the GTA. And also thank you to our national partners such as Kids Help Phone and Hope for Wellness, who will continue to provide dedicated service through 988 to youth and Indigenous communities. I know I said this earlier on, but we know this. Canadians need this right now. In my short time as the Minister of Mental Health and Addictions, I've had the opportunity to visit crisis centers and see their work up close. You inspire me each and every day with the compassion and love and the dedicated work of your teams and your volunteers who, again, show up for our communities every day. I've heard so many stories of Canadians who sought mental health support from these centers and whose lives have been changed because of it, because of all of you. When it comes to mental health, we cannot work in isolation. I often say it takes a village. When we can provide much better access and services, we know that we can do it when we work together. But we must continue to take concrete steps to provide people across Canada with the best possible mental health and crisis intervention supports and resources. This is how we are going to save lives. In leaning into my Jewish tradition just a little bit at this moment, we have a beautiful saying that says, "And whoever saves a life, it is considered as if he has saved an entire world." Each phone call in the 988 is not just answering the call of the person in crisis, but the world of families and communities around them, who we are also supporting in that moment of need. On a last note, I want to take one key message away from today, and my message to Canadians is simple. If you are struggling with thoughts of suicide, please know you are not alone. Help is available. Call or text 988 during any time of day or night to talk to someone who can help you. Thank you everyone for being here today. The lines are now open.